I'm changing the title of my book a tiny bit. In case you don't know, the title of my soon to be eventual in the future debut novel is Kavera, Kavera. Now, the language is very simple, and I did this because of two reasons. One, I wanted a simple language for my first novel because I didn't want to do anything too complex. I wanted to be able to experiment with making a language and see if it's something that I'm capable of doing. Now that I know that I can, I am going to be doing more languages in the future. The second reason that I made it as simple as it is because of the magic system. The way that it works is the races, the Kawi and the Huter, they use the language for their spells. And the problem is that if you have double words that are the same, it could make the spell mess up. It could do something that they didn't intend. So each word has to be unique. Each word has to be different. And there is an activation word for my magic system. The word for the Kawi is a cow, and the word for Huter is Huth. I will type them on the screen. Now that means that these words can't duplicate within the language. Not the point of this video, but I wanted to just state it because I thought that was a fun detail. So in order to cast a spell for them, they have to start the spell with these words as an activation spell or an activation word. Now, when it comes to naming things, that's when the two races differ. They have their own names for things that are not in correlation to magic. Because the magic is so concrete, because they have to use these words for their magic, they really differed in the way that they named things. Now, the reason why I state this is because in the Kawi, they have the word kava. Now, this is their word for magic. The Huter call it dina, I think. I will type them on the screens. And for big spells related to their races, for big things related to magic, they use kava or dina within the word as a root word. And I forgot about that when I titled my novel Kavera. And that was my fault. I didn't look completely at the rules for my language before choosing this word real fast. I gotta Google something. Okay. Now, unfortunately, Kavera doesn't really duplicate anywhere that I could find. Kavara does. Kavara has something in tech. It has multiple things in tech, actually. A music band, but there is no correlation between that and this, so I don't think that matters. It's like death metal, I think. A football player in Georgia, I think, the country, and a surname in South Asia. Now, obviously, because my original thought was Kavera, none of these came to mind when I was doing this, and I don't think there's any overlap of any of this. I might do more research, but I think I'm okay. I don't know. We will see. But I am renaming my debut novel because I don't really have a choice if I want the language to stay consistent. Now, technically, I could have renamed Kava to Kave or Kavi and just kept Kavera, but I didn't want to do that. I think that because there are different ways of saying it, and I think reading is going to be easier for Kavara. I think Kavara is better. I think it's easier. I think it's going to stand out just a little bit more, but I am changing the title because my world building. Yay! And I think that's okay. I think that in the world of writing and especially drafting, there's a lot of things that get changed. I don't hate it. And I think that's terrible to say about the title of your own novel. I like the word. I like the title. I liked Kavira just a little bit more, but I didn't want to change the word kava for the magic. I wanted it to stay kava. And I think it was just a toss up between the two words of deciding which one I liked better. And I liked kava better for magic. So if I like that one and I don't want it to change, I think Kavira is just going to have to get changed. But the world of drafting is chaotic. The world of editing and revising and rewriting is crazy, and I think that that's okay. I think it's supposed to be, especially because this is my first novel, and maybe next time I will have an easier process of figuring this all out. Maybe I will finalize the language and all the details before I make changes or any announcements I meant. But for now, it's fine. Is there anything else I can say about my title? Not really. Let me know what you guys think about the title change. Let me know if you guys prefer Kavara or Kavira. Honestly, I think I'm going to keep going with Kavara, even if you guys prefer it, but maybe I'll do something else and I'll name it Kavira. I'm not sure. I could probably use the word somewhere else. Not in this novel, but in something else. But let me know what you guys think. Have you guys made any changes after announcements? Because that was crazy to come to that realization that I had to change my title of my book after I announced it. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I will see you guys next time. Happy writing.